Good to see you. We are back for another exciting edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. It is the 20th day of April 2022, and according to my calendar, it's Wednesday. Yeah, Winning Wednesday, a tradition here since 2021. Up for grabs today, it's a brand new prize. Thank you very much from our friends at Lexar Homes and Hell on Hooves and the Town Toyota Center. It's coming back. It's going to be a big event. It is the Hell on Hooves Rough Stock Rodeo. 2 nights of exciting rodeo action at the Town Toyota Center on Friday the 6th and Saturday the 7th. These tickets, I got a pair of them, are for Friday night, May 6th at the Town Toyota Center. Bareback riding, barrel racing, bull riding, saddle bronc riding, mutton busting, and my personal favorite, bull poker. That's when they put 4 guys in the middle of the arena at the Town Toyota Center and they play poker and they let a bull loose, and the last person who decides they're going to stick around and not get trampled on by a bull wins the prize. You want to go on Friday night, May 6th? I got a pair of them, so you bring a date. Email me, winner@ncwlife.com, winner@ncwlife.com. I forgot to buy the Franz pies yesterday, so for the extra bonus prizes, still going to do the the mouse pad, suitable for framing, brand new, never been used. It's got our logo on it and everything. And I'll go ahead and throw in a little NCW Life Channel mug as well. So it's another big prize for one lucky winner. Again, 2 tickets to the Friday night edition of the Hell on Hooves Rough Stock Rodeo at the Town Toyota Center for Friday, May 6th. 2 tickets there. NCW Life Channel mug, NCW Life Channel mouse pad. Winner at ncwlife.com. You know the rules by now. It's 1 entry per email address. 1 entry per email address. You know that. Employees of local telecommunications, solely on broadcasting, and their immediate families are not eligible. Sorry, Malcolm. I guess that's it. Yeah, okay. So there you go. Get your emails into me. Winner@ncwlife.com. That's how you enter. It's by email. Winner@ncwlife.com. Again, 2 tickets to the Friday night edition of the Hell on Hooves Rodeo, presented by Lexar Homes at the Town Toyota Center. 2 tickets. Mug, mousepad. Winner@ncwlife.com. Clear skies, few high clouds, chilly, 32 degrees. We're going to go, we've gone 11 days in a row with our daily high temperature below normal, and we mean well below normal. We're going to make it 12 today and 13. We're going to go to about 2 weeks of nonstop of cold temperatures, many times record cold temperatures. But the weekend's looking good. Forecast details are coming up. We're going to get some rain tonight, by the way. That's okay. We could use it. News. We now know the 2 suspects in that shooting in Wenatchee. On Monday afternoon, we'll have that for you in news. Sports, highlights from another Mariner victory. Playing pretty good baseball right now. And we'll also have highlights from last night's Eastmont-Moses Lake soccer game. We'll have that for you. We had that on TV for you. And in the back half of the program, it's Darci Christoferson time again. The 103rd Washington State Apple Blossom Festival. It's almost here. It's almost here. Get ready for the Apple Blossom Festival. Darci will tease you with some cool stuff when we get to Darci in the back half of the program. Let's take our tour, shall we? With our cameras around the valley, we got the main camera, our Wenatchee Heights camera, tilted up and zoomed way back. That's a cool view there. Still a little bit of snow up just on the other side of Birch Mountain. Still, here we are on the 20th day of April. Beautiful morning though. Outside of the few high clouds. It's going to be really nice today, for the most part. As the day progresses, the clouds will be rolling in. By late afternoon, we'll start seeing the effects of that incoming weather system I just talked about. We're going to get rain overnight tonight into Thursday. Beautiful view there. Camera 2. Well, that's the new Goodwin Bridge that they're putting in. That's the Hay Canyon camera, I believe. And we're getting a shot there of the new bridge that's going in, replacing the old bridge. Thank you very much. Boy, that old bridge was just not fun to cross, and that's going to be really nice when it's all said and done with the new bridge and the roundabouts and that strange cattywampus intersection. It's all going away. Continue to work on that. I believe that's scheduled to wrap up in September, if I remember correctly. They're continuing to work on that. We haven't used that camera in a long time. Camera number 3. Beautiful view of Lake Wenatchee. Look at that. That's just stunning. Still a little bit of snow at the Kaler Glen Golf and Ski Resort at the bottom of your screen. They're not going to be playing golf there for a while yet, it looks like. It looks like the ice is all but gone from Lake Wenatchee. Look at the fog bank hanging over. That's when, of course, the air temperature is colder than the water temperature. And still a little bit of snow on Dirty Face, too. Good morning, Lake Wenatchee. Camera 4. Gorgeous view of, well, I don't know what camera that is. What camera are we using there, Uriah? That's a new one. Well, it's probably not a new one, but it's an angle we haven't used before. Did you say Blag Mountain? Oh, okay. I can live with that. That's Blag. That's high above Peshastin. Normally we have that pointed in other directions, like towards Leavenworth, but I think that's kind of pointed almost to the north. That's a guess there. That's Blag Mountain, high above Peshastin, about 4,000 feet, maybe even a little bit more in elevation there. So good morning to our friends in the Upper Valley. Now, as far as the weather is concerned, we're going to finally getting back to normal by Saturday. We've been through this long period of record cold temperatures. Not particularly warm today. We'll get up to about 52. We had 55 yesterday. Our normal high is 63. So now we've got 11 days in a row with our daily high temperature below normal. We'll do 12 and then 13 and then 14. And then finally by Saturday, with an afternoon high of 65, we'll finally bust out of this cold weather. We're going to have lots of sunshine this morning, but again, as the day progresses, the clouds will begin to roll in, and by late afternoon, early evening, you will start seeing some raindrops come down in the Wenatchee Valley. That's going to start coming down about 6 or 7 tonight, we think. It'll rain till about midnight, then it'll taper off, and then a couple of light sprinkles on Thursday morning. No heavy amounts of rain. Light rain expected, again, between about 7 o'clock tonight till about midnight, and then another weak system will give us a little bit of rain on Thursday morning, and then the sun will be back out by Thursday afternoon. We'll get up to 56. Sunshine Friday near 60. Again, where normal is still 63. We're not quite there yet, but Saturday and Sunday looks beautiful. Nicest weekend of the year by far on Saturday and Sunday, with temperatures back up above normal. And then we have another active system that's going to roll in Monday night into Tuesday, going to cool us right back down again. If you're looking for a long extended period of sunny, mild temperatures, we're not quite there yet, but at least there is light at the end of this cold tunnel. That's your forecast from the National Weather Service. 8 minutes after the hour, the news is 1 minute away. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life Channel.
I'm John Divis from Wenatchee Dental Arts, and I like to think myself as a comprehensive dentist. We are an office that treats people comprehensively for their dental problems. We do a lot of general dentistry in a broad sense. We don't send everything out. Things that we have the ability to do in the office, we like to keep in the office and under one roof and keep things as complication-free as possible. You can come to one place and have all their dental needs taken care of.
Hi, I'm Katie Joslin and I'm a pediatrician at CVCH. We know that as new parents, you have a lot of decisions to make. At CVCH, we have a team of caring pediatricians and family medicine providers who love to take care of newborns. As you're making that decision of where you'd like to go, we hope that you'll consider coming to CVCH, where any of the providers you choose would care for your baby as if it was one of their own.
Right at the freezing mark, 32 degrees in downtown Wenatchee. We're going to have sunshine for most of the day today until the clouds roll in late this afternoon. Light rain tonight, spilling into Thursday morning. Then the sun returns. We're in for a very, very nice weekend. It's 9 minutes after the hour, after that shooting Monday on Medhouse Street that left one victim seriously wounded. 2 suspects, of course, led police on a chase that ended in East Wenatchee. One of them allegedly breaking into a house, stealing clothing and a bicycle to avoid arrest. The other waded into the Columbia River and had to be helped ashore by arresting officers. Court documents identify the 2 suspects as 23-year-old Benito Eduardo Licea and 25-year-old Andrew Francis Morrow, both of Wenatchee. The 21-year-old male victim was found shot in the driver's seat of a red Honda Accord in the 800 block of Medhouse Street about 2:58 in the afternoon on Monday. Wenatchee Police Captain Edgar Reinfeld, of course, had this to say at the scene at the time.
So shortly before 3 o'clock today, it's Monday, April 18th, if I recall correctly, we got a call of a disturbance in the area of Okanagan Street around the 600 block. As officers were responding to that, we received an updated call of shots fired in the area of the 800 block of Met House Street. We immediately arrived within 60 seconds, found the vehicle in the street, obviously involved in some gunfire, and a subject injured here who's been transported to the hospital. After that, suspect vehicle, what appears to be the suspect vehicle, was located in East Wenatchee by East Wenatchee Police Department, and they're working on that half of it right now.
Do you have any thoughts or theories about whether this has gang relationship?
No telling. So, possible. It's always possible, but we're not sure yet.
And to this point, only one person hurt, nobody in the surrounding area hurt here now?
We have not located anyone in any residences that have been hurt. We have not located any damage to any residence to indicate any bullets went flying into a house. We're working to canvass for cameras and canvass the neighborhood to identify anybody who might have seen anything. If somebody has information, we would like a phone call through Rivercom at 509-663-9911. But beyond that, we're not ready to say much more at this point, but it's under investigation and we're actively working.
Do you have any estimate how many shots might have been fired?
Do not at this point. Several, but beyond that, it's difficult to say.
Police say the victim suffered a head wound in the shooting. We reached out to Central Washington Hospital to inquire about the man's condition, and we didn't get any response. Now, Lisea was previously convicted of burglary in Snohomish County in 2020 and was sentenced to 21 months in prison. Morrow was sentenced that year to 15 months in prison for vehicular assault here in Chelan County. Both are now in the Chelan County Jail. The investigation continues. Officials still have not been able to identify the victim, the pedestrian who was killed in that hit-and-run accident early Sunday morning on Highway 28 between East Wenatchee and Rock Island. The Washington State Patrol is looking for witnesses to the collision, again on Highway 28 and South Tyee Avenue, or anybody with information about the man who was killed. 28-year-old Thomas A. O'Connell of Leavenworth was arrested about 50 minutes after the hit-and-run when the State Patrol says his 2003 BMW became disabled 6 miles away on Cascade Avenue near the Otobashian Bridge. O'Connell was arrested for felony hit-and-run. The unidentified pedestrian died at the scene. Anybody with information on the accident or you think you might know who the victim is asked to contact Detective Sergeant Brian Mulvaney at 509-682-8141. Chelan County PUD commissioners reviewed the results of a survey on Monday on the impact of the proposed Confluence Parkway project. That would add a bridge over the Wenatchee River and require some reconfiguration of the Apple Capitol Loop Trail. The PUD survey received about 1,000 responses. Now, PUD Board President Steve McKenna said noise from the parkway as it runs adjacent to the Horan Natural Area and Confluence State Park appears to be the biggest concern.
What I'm suggesting is that we've taken the step of reviewing the study. We've gone out to the public. We've listened to them, and they told us that they're concerned about noise. So we now need to turn that back to the city and say, come back and talk to us about that. What are the mitigations? And and we believe there's more data to be had. That could be either the project, people, city taking that on, or it could be us. But what we're saying is that we want to move this forward. We're concerned about it.
COVID-19 cases in the U.S. are trickling up a little bit. That's because of the new BA2 variant of the disease. But how does the Wenatchee Valley measure up in the fight against the pandemic? Dr. James Wallace with the Chelan Douglas Health District reports in the two-county area we're doing pretty good with our rates of vaccination. Health officials say they're trying to stay vigilant for future outbreaks.
We're seeing, or have seen, a plateau for several weeks now throughout the district in our case numbers. But for the past week or 10 days, we've seen a little bit of an increase. BA2 is now overtaken the original Omicron strain in Washington state as it has in the rest of the U.S. And we anticipate or think that that's leading an increase in cases, most notably in the northeastern United States, but we're also seeing increases of significance in western Washington. Throughout the country, and there's a slight little uptick you can see in that graph on the left that's driven by the Northeast predominantly, but we're seeing more cases in some states on the West Coast as well. So California and Washington are starting to see a small increase, but not seeing as much as New York, Vermont, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, other Northeastern states right now. The BA2 strain of Omicron is now over 75% of sequence cases in Washington, and is up to as high as 87% nationwide. The increase in Washington state is driven by the western Washington counties, most notably Snohomish and King, but a couple of the other counties are adding to the increased rate. Again, not seeing hospitalization increase yet, but that's a delayed measure, and so we'll continue to watch and wait to see if hospitals are impacted. If you look at the Chelan-Douglas cases, 89 per 100,000 in 14 days, but if you look in the past 7 days, our case rate is a little bit more than half of what we've seen in the past 14 cases. So we've seen a few more cases in the past 7 days than we did in the prior 7 days. And so we're watching that carefully and are ready to respond if necessary. We're doing pretty well with vaccination, 70% across the two-district area have initiated vaccination, 64.6% having been fully vaccinated. And then for those people 12 and older who are eligible for a booster, 52.3% have already gotten their booster, certainly encouraging folks to get boosted because that confers the greatest amount of protection.
Mushroom harvesting in the Okanagan and Wenatchee National Forest. Well, you can get your permit. You can go out and start doing it. On May 2nd, up to 5 gallons of morel mushrooms can be harvested for personal use without a permit, but individuals must obtain and carry a copy of the Forest Service's free incidental use mushroom information sheet. You can print the sheet up off the Forest Service website, or you can go to the Forest Service office and pick one up. Natchez District Ranger Aaron Stockton said they're expecting to see a lot of people harvesting mushrooms on land burned during the 2021 fire season. Now, commercial harvesters have to purchase either a $30 two-day permit or an $80 30-day permit or a $100 seasonal permit, and that's good from May 2nd through July 31st. And that's what's making news at 18 minutes after the hour. We'll have the news for you again tonight, as we always do. At 5, 6, and 10 with Grant Olson, I'll be handling sports. Eric's taking a well-deserved day off. With a preview, here's Grant.
Good morning, Dan. Coming up tonight on the NCW Life Evening News, Chelan County Fire District 1 spokesperson Kay McKellar will talk about fire safety. More wet spring weather expected today and tomorrow, and then get ready for temperatures in the 60s this weekend. I'll have all the details in your complete North Central Washington weather forecast. And in sports, Dan, you will be in for Eric tonight, and we'll have results of all the prep sports from around our area yesterday. That and all the day's news stories coming your way tonight at 5, 6, and 10 on the NCW Life Evening News. We hope to see you then. Dan?
Thanks, Grant. And don't forget, if you got a news tip or you just want to say hi, you can say hi by going to our Facebook page and using the Messenger app. You can email us directly, news@ncwlife.com, or if you go to our homepage, ncwlife.com, you'll see the Contact Us icon. Fill out the form. Pretty simple. When we come back, highlights from a Mariner victory over the Texas Rangers and highlights from a Wildcat victory on the soccer pitch last night. Sports is 1 minute away. You're watching Wake Up in Anchi Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Lexar Homes Hell on Hooves Rough Stock Rodeo is back in action Friday, May 6th and Saturday, May 7th at the Town Toyota Center. This edge-of-your-seat rough stock rodeo has it all, with bareback riding, barrel racing, saddle broncs, mutton busting, and bull riding. The action starts at 6 p.m. and the rodeo starts at 7:30. For those with ice water running through their veins, it's Bull Poker. Tickets on sale now at towntoyotacenter.com. That's towntoyotacenter.com.
Find ageless beauty at Chelan Valley Skincare. Cindy offers the most up-to-date treatments for personalized skincare. If sagging skin or acne scars are some skin challenges for you, Chelan Valley Skincare offers non-invasive, non-surgical skincare. With up-to-date technology for shorter treatment plans, you'll benefit from Cindy's expertise to help you accomplish your skincare goals. Please stop by their website for details on all their services. Call Cindy today for your free consultation.
Just about 21 minutes after the hour, Mariners playing a little long ball. Backed up Robbie Ray last night. They knocked off Texas 6-2 at T-Mobile Park. Let's see. Mr. Suarez had a dinger. Mr. Kelnick hit a home run. Abraham Toro went over the yard. 6 solid innings by Robbie Ray, and make that 2 in a row now for the Mariners.
Rangers still looking for their first series win. Suarez, center field, and deep. And it gone. Suarez on an 0-2 pitch. 3-run home run, and the Mariners up 3-0. First pitch swing, and that is a bullet to right field. Stay fair, and it does. His second home run of the year, both off that fair pole out there in right field, and both hit really hard. There you go. And that's in play and deep to right field. And that one's going to leave the yard. Calhoun looking up, and Toro has given the Mariners a 6-2 lead. You mentioned power from the left side, Blow? Yep, there it is. For Toro, his first home run of the year. If you see Tracer, fastball right at the top of the zone, 92 miles an hour, and he gives it a pretty good ride. It's a cool evening out here. Exit velo of 102, 395 feet.
Mariner manager Scott Service says he loves the way Robbie Ray goes right at the hitters, even if he doesn't necessarily have his best stuff.
People know he's going to come right after them. So you see hitters when they get in there, they are aggressive. They do not want to get to 2 strikes against him, nor should they. You know, this guy struck out 245 guys last year. So they're aggressive, and he's got enough life on the fastball, even when it's not bumping the 5s and 6s. It's got enough life, and he's deceptive. It plays up, and he gets a lot of pop-ups, easy outs, early and count outs, and that's why he's able to go deep in ball games. So really, really happy with the start that he's off to. Maybe not quite as sharp as we've seen him at some outings, but very aggressive in the strike zone. Got after it and got the ball rolling in the right direction for us. Obviously, Gino's home run there in the first inning on an 0-2 slider. Man, he hits the ball in the air and it just keeps going. Puts some kind of backspin on it, and you know what? It's going to be a fun year to watch, especially when it starts to warm up a little bit. But he hit the tar out of that one. You know, Kelnick, another homer off the foul pole. You know, he needed a few things to start going his way. So good game all around. Really happy with the way our bullpen's throwing the ball right now. Our defense was solid. So nice way to start this series and continue on a productive homestand.
Mariners and Rangers go at it again tonight, 6:40 at the corner of Edgar and Dave. Logan Gilbert will take on Dave Dunning, and it'll be on Root Sports Northwest. Battling for airtime on Root Sports Northwest, also in Seattle, the Kraken. They'll be hosting the Avalanche in NHL action. The Avs have already clinched the Western Conference regular season championship. Right now they're tied with Florida for the best record in the National Hockey League. Seattle is looking for their first 3-game winning streak in franchise history. Of course, it's their first year. They'll drop the puck at 7 o'clock tonight. It'll be broadcast on Root Sports Northwest. If you have local tel cable, we think that they're going to split the Kraken and the Mariners on the 2 channels. One will be on Channel 35, the other on Channel 38. We'll find out together. We had the beautiful game on the NCAA Life Channel last night. Eastmont hosting Moses Lake in Big 9 boys soccer. Tyrell Malcolm scored twice. Edgar Leon, Orlando Maldonado, and Christian Maldonado each had a goal. Eastmont wins 5-1. Sebastian Moraga and Neil Oyston with the call on the NCAA Life Channel.
Good through ball. Orlando Maldonado into the box. One waiting inside. Well surrounded. However, oh my goodness. And the ball bounces off the feet of Jackson Taylor Mose and gives Eastmont a 1-0 lead. Leon, the shot. Leon! And it bounces off the wall and into the back of the net. The series of unfortunate events continues to beguile and bedevil the Moses Lake Chiefs. Taylor Mose nimbly stolen away by Edgar Leon. Leon and Malcolm into the box. Malcolm, one more touch, sweeps away, and he managed to sink it in. What an effort by both Revuelta Sanchez and Malcolm. There's the whistle, the run of the shot, and that one goes to the back of the net. It is 4-0 Eastmont. That's what I love about this sport. You never know what you're going to encounter. And this is going to be the turn, it looks like, Mr. Malcolm. Malcolm, a slight hesitation, the shot, and this time to the other corner, making it 5-0 Eastmont. Oh, this could be interesting. Into the box we go. The shot, and it sails past the goalkeeper, and Moses Lake has his first tally of the game. Number 11, Oscar Garcia. Miranda, gentlemen, into the box we go now. Right-footed shot over the head of the diving goalkeeper, and that was number 6 right there. And instead, Mr. Romero listens to the final whistle. The score, closing this one out, 5 for Eastmont, 1 for Moses Lake.
To what do you attribute the confidence with which this team seems to be playing?
I think, honestly, in practice, it's just how everybody just feels connected, and we just feel like a family in general. So I feel like that'll help us in the game overall. But a lot of it is just due to coaching and just all the players being well connected off and on the field. So that's, I think, where we get it.
Now, tell me a little bit about the goals heading for the rest of the season.
We're just trying to play every game like it's our only game to play, and we just have to finish the game that we're playing that day so we can focus on to the next one after that.
The game of the night last night was across the river at Lieboff Field at the Apple Bowl. It took a shootout, but the Panthers held off the Cadets 3-2. Julian Reyes and Tyler Wiesen scored in the first half for the Panthers, but needed goals in the shootout from Emmanuel Ocampo, Giovanni Munez, Pierre Vega, and Braden Russell to get the victory. Also, on the Les Schwab soccer scoreboard, East Valley of Yakima edged Ephrata 3-2. Quincy shut out Chelan. Manson over Okanagan. Brewster bested Tenasket, and Bridgeport down to Orville. There's one game on the soccer schedule today, and that's OMAC hosting Chelan at 4 o'clock. On the Les Schwab Prep baseball scoreboard, West Valley wins their 9th in a row. 15 strikeouts from Brody Mills. The Rams beat Eastmont 4-0. Moses Lake 10-run Wenatchee 19-9. Quincy caught Cascade 13-2, and Cashmere crushed OMAC 21-0. Brewster edged Liberty Bell in a clash of two really good B teams. 7-2. Moses Lake Christian edged Pateros and Okanagan topped Lake Roosevelt coming up this afternoon. One game, Pateros hosting Manson at 4:30. Eastmont continued its winning ways in fast-pitch softball yesterday. Defending its home field against West Valley, the Wildcats won their 4th in a row, a 10-2 win over the Rams. And other scores from Les Schwab, Cascade swept a doubleheader from Quincy. Cashmere beat OMAC. Lake Roosevelt swept 2 from Elmira Cooley Heartline. Tenasket trouncing Soap Lake. Waterville Mansfield remains undefeated with a 13-11 win over Pateros. One game on the schedule today. In girls fast-pitch softball, Okanagan will host Lake Roosevelt at 4:30. And we'll have Big 9 softball Friday. Moses Lake comes to call on Wenatchee at Walla Walla Point Park. Joel Norman with the call, live on Facebook at 4 and on TV at 6:30. And those are just some of the games that people are playing. On this Wednesday, the 20th day of April, I had four obscure holidays to choose from. Today is Lima Bean Respect Day, because Lima beans don't get enough respect. Today is National Cheddar Fries Day. Today is National Pineapple Upside Down Cake Day, but no, today is National Look-alike Day. We all have a doppelganger. Although nobody's ever said to me, boy, you look a lot like this person or this celebrity. It hasn't happened to me yet. Nobody really knows the odds of you having a look-alike, unless, of course, you have a twin. And that kind of cuts down to the odds. Science can't really calculate the odds of you having a doppelganger. There's just too many variables. But there is, genetic diversity is somewhat limited. So somewhere out there on this planet is somebody who looks a lot like you, I suppose. By the way, mythical doppelgangers apparently don't cast a shadow. So if you look a lot like a fiction, I don't know. Everybody has a doppelganger, so I'm told. I've never met mine. Except when I look in the mirror each morning. It's the bottom of the hour today in history. Another war, Spanish-American War we got going on this one. This was our 5th war. I believe. President William McKinley signing the joint resolution, sending us to war against Spain, the Spanish-American War, one of our more forgotten wars. It only lasted 10 weeks. We won. We won, kind of. We didn't have any allies. It was one of those rare wars that there was no allies on either side. It was the U.S. against Spain, and that was it. Spain's empire pretty much crumbled. What did we get out of the deal? We got the Philippines, which we don't have anymore, and they didn't even want to be got. Remember, we had to go to war to keep the Philippines a couple of years later. And we got Cuba, which we don't have anymore either. Anyway, Spanish-American War started on this date in 1898. Operation Pluto. Oops. Kennedy, of course, inherited the planning of the Bay of Pigs just a few days after he became president. They sat down and said, well, we've been planning this for a couple of years to get Castro 86 done out of there. We got a bunch of Cuban exiles who've been training, and they're ready to go. And Kennedy said, well, why not? Let's go. So the Bay of Pigs invasion, which was a complete and total fiasco in more ways than one. For one thing, it just entrenched Fidel Castro, became even more of a national hero in Cuba. And, of course, Fidel Castro got into bed with the Soviets. Operation Pluto failed on this date, 61 years ago today. April 20th, 1999, 23 years ago today, Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold killed 13 people, injuring 24 others, and then took their own lives in the Columbine school shooting. Just the word Columbine has now become the buzzword for school shootings. This was the worst one at the time. There have been worse ones since on this date, 23 years ago today. Happy birthday to Fenway Park. It took them, they were supposed to open Fenway Park a few days earlier. First, the Titanic sank, so out of respect, they didn't. And then they had 3 consecutive rainouts. But finally, on this date, April 20th, 1912, the Boston Red Sox opened Fenway Park with a 7-6 11-inning victory over their rivals, the New York Yankees. And ironically enough, if it wasn't for the Yankees, Fenway Park wouldn't be here. Because in 1920, the owner of the Red Sox and the owner of the Boston Braves got together and said, we got 2 ballparks, we only need 1. And the land in which Fenway Park sits on is worth more than the park itself. And so the owner of the Red Sox, Harry Frazee, was actually going to sell Fenway Park, sell it to the highest bidder, take the money because he had no dough, and then he and Braves Field, they were going to share it together, which was a typical deal. But, of course, what happened is they sold Babe Ruth to the Yankees, and as for collateral, the Yankees loaned Harry Frazee $300,000 and Fenway Park stayed open. But if it wasn't for the Yankees, ironically enough, Fenway Park would have been gone. And the Chicago Cubs played their very first game at Wrigley Field on this date in 1916. Ironically enough, it was also a 7-6 victory, and it was also 11 innings. Go figure that. Wrigley Field had opened 2 years earlier as Wigham Field. It was the home of the Chicago Whales of the Federal League. When the Whales folded and the Cubs needed a home, they just moved into Wrigley Field. Of course, Wrigley Field did not install lights until 1988. 2 iconic ballparks celebrate their birthdays today. Speaking of birthdays, happy 85th to George Takei. Sulu, of course, on Star Trek. Now he's a huge social media presence on Twitter and on Facebook. Happy 85th to George Takei, whose parents and himself was interned in a Japanese internment camp during World War II. Jessica Lange, 73 years old today, one of 13 actresses to win the Triple Crown of Acting. She has an Academy Award, a Tony Award, and an Emmy Award. Multiple ones, as a matter of fact. She's 73 years old today. And happy birthday to Donnie Baseball. Don Mattingly is 61 years old today. Is currently the manager of the Marlins, the 1985 American League Most Valuable Player, the captain of the Yankees from 1991 until he retired after the 1995 season. Of the 22 retired Yankee numbers, Don Mattingly's number 23 is also retired. Don Mattingly is the only Yankee to have his number retired who did not win at least one World Championship with the Yankees. Happy 61st, Donnie Baseball. 34 minutes after the hour, Mike Magnotti has an opinion. It's about getting arrested. I wouldn't know anything about that. And then my conversation with Darci Christoferson, the administrator of the Washington State Apple Blossom Festival. It's right around the corner. Coming up, you're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
NCW Life Channel is your local TV station. We provide the latest news from around North Central Washington weeknights at 5, 6, and 10 o'clock with Grant Olson. If it's happening in your neighborhood, we have you covered with a staff of reporters who are always on call. Grant will also keep you up to date on the latest weather, and Eric Grandstrom covers sports. It's all on your local TV station, the NCW Life Channel.
The new Hummer EV is everything you want in an all-electric vehicle. It's powerful, reliable, comfortable, and will take you anywhere you want to go, on-road or off. Why buy one of those lesser EVs when you can have one that uses them for traction? Order your Hummer pickup or SUV today from Sangster Motors, batteries included.
Do you have old or unused prescription medications lying around? You can now safely and anonymously dispose of them at a safe medication return kiosk near you. Just visit your nearest location. 75% of opioid misuse starts when someone uses medication that wasn't prescribed for them. By removing unwanted prescriptions from your home, you're helping to keep your loved ones safe and healthy.
Had a surgery? Been in a car accident? Suffer from weekend warrior activities? Let Mount Stewart Physical Therapy and Chiropractic work out your aches and pains. This is Dr. Wayne Latimer. We've extended our multi-care practice to Mount Stewart Physical Therapy in Leavenworth. So, physical therapy and chiropractic. And whether you want to lift to get fit or you want to stay fit after your physical therapy, Balance Point Health and Fitness Gym is always open daily. Dr. Latimer Chiropractic Multi-Care Clinics, where we strive to do more, so you can too.
This is Mike Mad Dog McNally, and everybody's entitled to my opinion. Now, when I was a cop in Wenatchee for 20 years, I have to admit, I'm a junkie for TV shows, was then, am now. TV shows and movies. I have seen every episode of Hill Street Blues, every episode of Law & Order, Blue Bloods, and NYPD Blue. Now, I've watched these things so often that my wife thinks I'm demented. And the one thing I've noticed about all these shows, the one common denominator is that it is incredibly easy to handcuff people on TV. I don't care what the bad guy is doing, fighting, running. As soon as they're tackled or thrown to the ground or pushed against a fence, their hands immediately go behind their back. And then the cuffs are applied effortlessly. It's like a miracle. Too bad it wasn't like that in real life. Shit. This is Mike Mad Dog Big Daddy, and that's my opinion.
Don't miss the 2022 Lake Chelan Wine and Jazz Festival. You'll enjoy a wide variety of jazz, breathtaking lake and vineyard views, and fabulous wine. The festival features 50 shows at 14 wineries and venues over 4 days. Imagine a musical tour around the beautiful Lake Chelan Wine Valley. Grab your friends and get your tickets to the 2022 Lake Chelan Wine and Jazz Festival, May 19th through the 22nd.
Right now is the best time to buy an RV, and the best place is Click It RV in Moses Lake.
All right, drive a Click It RV.
Right now, Click It RV has spring discounts that deliver you unbeatable savings on travel trailers, fifth wheels, toy haulers, Class A or C motorhomes, both new and used, and more. Get the best deals and the lowest financing and the lowest price guarantee.
I'm Richard Sherman, and we guarantee it.
So don't miss the spring sale in Moses Lake.
Get to Click It RV now. Are you going to be mad, bro? You probably already are.
And check out all 4 Click It RV dealerships for your best locations.
Hi, I'm Chuck Dronan, managing member at Eplodolin Retirement and Assisted Living. It's been a tough year for all of us, but especially for those working and living in senior care facilities. Over the course of these many difficult months, our staff at Eplodolin has been vigilant in adhering to federal and state guidelines to protect and assure the safety of our residents and their caregivers. If you're in need of assisted living for a loved one, give us a call at Eplodolin. We're here for you.
Hi folks, welcome to Save Mart. How can we help you today?
We're looking for a recliner.
Okay, right this way. Go ahead and move this chair on the other side. You can just
Great, I want that one. I like that one.
That's a great choice.
And I want this one as well.
Okay.
And I definitely want this one.
You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
I felt so alone, like I had no one to help me.
I felt like I could never control my anger. Why am I so angry?
I was stuck in a cycle of addiction. I felt like I had no way out.
Are you hurting? You are not alone. It's time for God to do what no man can do. Come join us for Redemption Recovery at Sage Hills Church, Thursdays at 6 p.m.
Welcome back to Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. It is almost here, April 28th. Circle it on your calendar. Our 10-day springtime party now entering its 100 and... How many years is this, Darci? 103rd Washington State Apple Blossom Festival, and making her very first appearance at Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. I'm proud to introduce you to Darci Christoferson, Festival Administrator. Crowd loves you. They love you. How you doing?
I'm good.
Thanks for the swag. Appreciate it.
Yes. I'm wearing swag today too. This is one of our sweatshirts that we are revamping. So this is actually the logo from 1974, Queen Julie Kuntz. Yes. So we just took out the year and we put it on this sweatshirt, and we did it with a few of our clothing items. I gave you one that is of an old Apple box that we got from the Apple Commission, and we recreated the logo, and it looks really cool. It's like our #1 seller right now. And then we did another one too. So
I can see why.
Go online to appleblossom.org and you can check out the merchandise, but we will be selling some, of course, at the booth.
Before we get into the meat and potatoes, speaking of royalty, how are they doing?
Oh, they're doing great.
Yeah.
This is crunch time. You know, they get time off during spring break. We always give them the Friday and then the whole week and then kind of a light Monday. But now they're just so busy. I would say that this group of girls is more busy than even 2019, and I think it's because the schools are just so excited to have visitors and have people come and be with the kids besides just their teachers. So they're booked at least 5 appearances a day from now until Apple Blossom.
Good for them.
I know, it's really cool.
They dropped by our studios a couple days ago. They seem to have taken to their roles.
They're doing a wonderful job. They're just really, really sweet girls. Really sweet girls.
And now they have to get ready to do this
elbow, wrist,
can't wait.
Yes.
Fantastic Shows Carnival. Let's get this out of the way right now. It seems to have a hard time finding a permanent home, but that's understandable. Yeah. You need a big footprint and a lot of parking, and that's not as easy as it was 20 years ago.
Yeah, people probably don't remember this, but in 2016, we've been at Riverfront Park for over 25 years. That was our home. At the foot of 5th Street. It's a beautiful location. You're overlooking the water. It's just a wonderful spot to have a carnival. Well, in 2016, the PUD felt that there were some environmental issues happening with the ground, so we weren't able to have the carnival there. So we had to move across the street for 2016, and then 17, 18, and 19, we were at the Town Toyota Center. And then, of course, we didn't have a festival in 2020. 2021, we moved to Lincoln Park because the Town Toyota Center was used for vaccination site. And then this year, the Town Toyota Center has an event. So not to say that they wouldn't let us be there, but we felt it was just time to go somewhere else. So it's been a journey trying to find a spot, because you're right. There's so many places, but they either won't let you be in those spots, and our community is growing. Mm-hmm. You know, an old orchard is now an apartment complex. An old building is now an apartment complex. So it's been a journey, but we're just fortunate enough that the Wenatchee Valley Mall and Sportsman Warehouse said, we'd love to have you. Let's do this. So I think it'll be a really awesome location. I mean, the flatbed or the semis can go right in there, drop off the rides, and
there's plenty of parking.
Plenty of parking. That was the thing that, you know, I think everybody's complaining about is the parking. But as you know, we all in Wenatchee and East Wenatchee need to understand that sometimes you have to park 2 blocks away from something to walk to it, and it's okay to do that. There's plenty of parking. There's lots of little parking lots around the mall. So I think everybody will be surprisingly thrilled with it being there. With Classy Chassis being there on Friday night, I'm just so excited for the East Wenatchee merchants to be busy and to have lots of people in their restaurants. And
I'm all for having more events in East Wenatchee.
Yes.
It's the Wenatchee Valley. It's
Yep.
everybody's festival.
Yep.
And I think it's fantastic, quite
It's
frankly.
pretty cool when you go across the river and you're on the bridge, and I have been visualizing it now. It's like, oh my gosh, you'll be able to see everything from there. So it'll be really easy for people to pop over and go there. So I think it'll work out great. But of course, all the information about the carnival's online at appleblossom.org.
How much does the Fantastic Show people play a role in where the carnival's going to be? I mean...
A huge role.
Okay.
Yeah, they need to be happy with the location. So I'm very good at Google mapping now. It's like, oh, I got to Google map this and do the little lines and all. So I learned how to do all that. And of course, Aaron Kelly with the City of Wenatchee helped me a lot in finding real estate. And the DOT was a great spot, but then it really wasn't. Once we really looked at it, it wasn't really safe. And with it being on the avenue, we had some concerns with that. So
A lot of traffic.
yeah, a lot of traffic, and we liked the idea because it was so big, but once we looked at it, it was just too much work for the city and us. So that's where we were like, oh geez, we got to find a place.
It's understandable.
So thank you to the mall, thank you to Sportsman Warehouse. They didn't have to do it, and they did it, and it's awesome.
These things will be everywhere. If you don't already have one, you will shortly. The Wenatchee World printed up the annual program. It's got everything you need in there.
Yep. So that's been in this week's paper. So if you don't get the Wenatchee World, we are more than happy to stick one in the mail to you. But everything that's in here is online at appleblossom.org, and of course our app, which is sponsored by CrunchPack. So this is more for people that like to, catalog people that like to have it on their table. And if you're a business that would like to have a couple in your business, just give us a quick call, and we'd be happy to swing some by. They always print extras for us.
Two long-standing Wenatchee businesses are going to be honored here coming up at the Apple Blossom Festival. The Goodfellow Brothers construction firm is going to be the Grand Marshals of the Smoke Growers Grand Parade. And McDougall & Sons gets the Apple Citizen of the Year Award. Kudos.
Yeah.
Nicely done for both of those organizations.
They were actually supposed to be 2021s,
right.
But we made the decision to not have a Grand Marshal or an Apple Citizen because everything was so funky for 2021, even though it was a fabulous festival. So it's ironic how it's carried over to 2022 with our theme being celebrating our roots. So it has worked out great. It's actually perfect. But they're both very, very honored to be recognized in both Grand Marshal and Apple Citizen. And I think because of that, I think we're at 400 people right now going to the All Service Club Luncheon, which is on May 4th. We'll be honoring these two individuals or businesses. And then, of course, Steve Rabel is our guest speaker who we've wanted for a really long time, and he'll be the guest speaker. So I think people are real excited about the luncheon.
It's cool to get all the service clubs, Exchange, Rotary, Lions, they all get together.
And we did it last year, but I think the feel is just kind of different this year, just because it's like real. And again, we're just honoring huge families that have done so much for our community.
How's that decision made? Who gets Apple Citizen of the Year, which is always ag-related anyway?
Yes.
The Smoke Growers Grand Parade Grand Marshal could be really almost anybody.
Yeah.
But how's that decision made for the Apple Citizen?
So Apple Citizen, there's a group of Apple industry people. A lot of them are past recipients of the Apple Citizen of the Year. So they just meet and then they come up with a list. So I have a list for the next 5 years, which is what I had before too. So they just kind of, and I always touch base with them every year and say, okay, I'm just the surprise person. So I'm in charge of...
You get the best job.
I get the best job. I get to go in and say, surprise! And I always work with, like Irene Birdsall this year with McDougall & Son. Her and I were emailing each other for 4 months, just planning how to surprise. Because what's hard with a lot of these people, with the Goodfellows and with the McDougalls, is they're never in a room together. They're in Hawaii or they're traveling somewhere. I mean, because Goodfellow has a place in Hawaii, obviously, their second business. So it's very hard to make a surprise happen when you're dealing with so many people. But we did it. So we had an important meeting that we bashed into. And that's always super fun. So I'm just a surprise lady. I have nothing to do with picking Apple Citizen.
Two new things that if this works out, it's going to become a tradition. It's all about traditions.
Yes.
Some things come and go, but some things are always every year. The parade comes immediately to mind. Let's talk about the Fast Pass, first of all. This is a great idea. $30
Yes.
gets you a lot of fun.
Yeah, so for $30 for our beer garden, we call it a Fast Pass. We have a cover charge every day, whether it's during the week or weekends. So what the Fast Pass is you basically don't have to pay a cover charge. You'll get a pounder with a pounder glass with our logo on it, the beer garden logo. You'll get a free token, and then you'll get a beer garden t-shirt for $30. So you go online to appleblossom.org. There's a link. You just sign up and pay for it, of course. And then we'll have your Fast Pass stuff ready for you to pick up April 25th on at the festival office. So it's a great way.
Does Alex Haley still need help? Does he still? 'Cause he did call out for volunteers.
We are doing really good with Beer Garden.
Okay.
I think we pretty much have everything full. We do need some help still in the information booth, but if you go online at appleblossom.org or just call us and tell us that you want to help out, we will be able to tell you what's open. But we're almost full with all of our volunteers.
The Stamil Growers Grand Parade features bands and floats and dignitaries and equestrian events. And horses are horses. When nature calls, so horses will do what they do. And they don't care if it's in front of 25,000 people on Orondo Avenue. Thus was born the Road Apple Roulette. This is great.
Yeah,
Tell
the
folks about
Wenatchee Sunrise Rotary has actually been working on this for 18 months because it was supposed to take place in 2020. So basically, from what I understand, you buy a ticket for $5, and then there's going to be 5 squares down the parade route. And there'll be a horse group that is drawn. So let's say it's the Ellensburg Posse Rodeo. Not that it is, but let's just say it is. So when they go down the parade route, whatever square they poop in, then that person's or people's number goes in a pot, and then they pull that one, and you can win $10,000 for $5. So we have tickets at the festival. I think they only have like 1,000 left.
Oh, wow.
And of course, you know how it is. Everybody will wait till the last minute. But I really encourage people to go to or come by the Apple Blossom Festival and buy a ticket because $10,000. And then they have like second, third place prizes for like $500. So it'll be really funny. But they're going to chalk out these big squares. And I think it's in front of it's on Orondo, and I think it's in front of the old GTE building.
Yes.
You know, because there's no business happening there. So I think that's where they're going to be doing it. They're so excited, and they, of course, had to explain it to everybody at the Grand Parade meeting, and everybody's like, "Can I buy like 10?" They're so excited.
Yes, we're betting on where the horses do their business.
Yeah.
During the parade. I think it's a great idea.
It's a great idea. And they're so excited. So it's a big fundraiser for them.
Royalty doing good. Carnival moved, but we're cool with that. McDougal & Sons, Apple Citizens of the Year, Goodfellow Brothers, Smoke Growers Grand Parade, Grand Marshals. Bet on a square for horse poop. Entertainment.
Yep, the entertainment schedules in our souvenir program, and of course online. We are fun-filled entertainment. We have lots and lots of entertainment. We have some new groups, some groups that have been around for a while. So again, you know, if you have a particular day that you want to check out, our art print is still available in Canvas. We have an 8x10, 11x14, and then of course puzzles. So that's happening, and we'll be able to sell those too at the merchandise booth.
I highly recommend you go see Palmer Anthony.
Yay!
Yay! On Saturday night, the 7th.
Yes.
Entertainment on the stage. They take to the stage at 6:30. Palmer Anthony, 6:30 Saturday night, the 7th. Pack the joint.
His nephew.
Personal plug for Brady there. Anything else?
I just really encourage people again to call us if you need a souvenir program. We'll be happy to mail it. Go to the appleblossom.org because everything gets updated. Sometimes the entertainment schedule changes, so I really encourage people to check the app before they come. But really just enjoy. It's finally at Kiwanis Pancake Breakfast is back.
Yep.
That will be happening at Triangle Park. So come and get your tickets. It's here, and we're just so excited that it's here.
One of my favorite stories a number of years ago, going to the Kiwanis Pancake Breakfast, and the bands are getting off the school buses on Miller Street at Triangle Park, and they get in line, and they go, "This is the only place that feeds you." I mean, we're here to do a parade.
Yeah.
We drove all the way from Gig Harbor or Spokane or Puyallup or wherever, And you show up, and what do? They stuff your face full of scrambled eggs and pancakes.
And we have a hospitality tent that Albertsons donates, all the bagels and donuts and everything for all the people that are a part of the parade. And then we also have Pat Lynn and Sally File, who every year do little goodie bags for all the visiting royalty. So it has toothbrushes and dental floss and all the things that kind of help them get through the rest of the circuit. So we are the festival that is pretty good with hospitality.
If you do 102 festivals, after a while, you start to figure it out, I suppose, right? The 103rd Apple Blossom Festival, again, this year's theme, Celebrating Our Roots. This is the program. It has everything you need. And one quick little programming reminder, we will be there for the Kai's Fiber Youth Parade, broadcasting it live. We'll be broadcasting the Smoke Growers Grand Parade. We'll be broadcasting Classy Chassis. And we will be there on the full week of Apple Blossom. We'll be doing our newscasts from the park. So
right by the beer garden.
We'll be doing our newscasts right by the beer garden. Grant will be on his best behavior.
Yes, I know. I'm not worried.
Now at 5:31,
it's not
that might be
in
another
the beer
story.
garden.
Yeah, there
it's
you
right
go.
Next to the beer garden.
Making her very first appearance on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Darci Christoferson. We finally get to meet. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back.
Are you worried about eviction? If you've received threats or notices of eviction from your landlord, you may qualify for help. Low-income Washington residents facing eviction have the right to free legal counsel regardless of your immigration status. Access to legal help in an eviction is your right. Don't wait. Call the Eviction Defense Hotline today.
The road can be a crazy place. Uh-oh! That's why Les Schwab Tires fixes brakes, steering, and more. And those guys don't. Keep driving. I'm just glad Les Schwab puts my safety first, so I can backseat drive with confidence.
At the Les Schwab Spring Tire Sale, save up to $150 when you buy select tires with financing. Les Schwab Tires, celebrating 70 years of doing the right thing.
Watch Vibrant Living, brought to you by the Wenatchee Valley Senior Activity Center. Find out about programs and activities for ages 50 and over, and meet amazing seniors who contribute to our community. New episodes Sundays at 1:30 p.m., replayed throughout the week on the NCW Life channel. Get your body moving. Tune in for Vibrant Motion, featuring low-impact aerobics hosted by Connie Townsend. These workouts are great for all ages. Vibrant Motion, brought to you by the Wenatchee Valley Senior Activity Center, weekdays on the NCW Life channel.
Spring is more than just a time to clean. It's your time to renew, recharge, and spend time with the people you love. At Merry Maids, our cleaning services go beyond the basic services and provide you with a comprehensive clean that will re-energize your home and enhance your life. From everyday routine cleaning or deep cleanings, Merry Maids professional team members can provide you with an unrivaled experience. Call Merry Maids to schedule your cleaning today.
Winning Wednesday returns because, well, it's Wednesday, and that's why we do it. Up for grabs today, if you're just tuning in, we have a couple of tickets to the Friday night edition of Lexar Homes presenting the Hell on Hooves Rough Stock Rodeo. It's 2 nights, Friday the 6th of May and Saturday the 7th of May at the Town Toyota Center. I got a pair of tickets for the Friday night action featuring bareback riding, barrel racing, bull riding, saddle bronc riding, mutton busting, and bull poker. For you people who want to play poker and maybe get run over by a bull. Anyway, a couple of tickets to the Friday night edition of the Lexar Homes Hell on Hooves Rough Stock Rodeo. And for the bonus prizes, because I forgot to buy the pies yesterday, sorry, no fruit pies. We have an NCW Life Channel mug and an NCW Life Channel mouse pad suitable for framing, as am I. Winner at ncwlife.com. Winner at ncwlife.com. 1 entry per email address. And employees of local telecommunications, solely on broadcasting and their immediate families are not eligible. Sorry, Alicia. All right? Get in your emails. We'll give them away a little bit later on. If you want to go see the rodeo on Friday the 6th of May. From the National Weather Service, lots of sunshine this morning, giving way to clouds this afternoon. And by the time we get to about 6 or 6:30 tonight, it's going to start raining here in the Wenatchee Valley. And it's going to rain from about 7 o'clock to about midnight or so. Not a lot of rain, just light rain. We'll get up to 52, 38 for the overnight low. Could wake up to a little bit of rain on Thursday morning and clouds, and then the sun returns on Thursday afternoon with a high of 56. Nicest stretch of weather we've had this year on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And we're finally going to get up to normal temperatures. And that's it for us. Have a great Wednesday. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.